Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to more of Daily Race A, where all the action is. That's right, I have chosen Daily Race A to go after those 91 wins and 65 poles to complete my trophy list in Gran Turismo Sport. So before we get on to that and all the action, if you could be so kind as hit the like and or subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, quick update. For those that don't know, I am chasing 91 wins, 65 pole positions, and 50 fastest laps. The 50 fastest laps is an achievement award in Gran Turismo, and the 65 poles and the 91 wins are trophies. So I need those trophies. So here we are, the first race of the day, as Mr. Dion gets in front of me there, and I rudely hit his quarter panel there, and somehow do not get a penalty. Now, this is one thing that confuses me about Gran Turismo Sport. That fully deserved a penalty on yours truly. Now, I backed off of it and made sure that he was able to get out in front of me rather than staying in the gas and forcing it up alongside of him. But I mean, if you're ever going to get a penalty, it's right there. Now, the reason I went into his quarter panel so hard right there is I was trying to avoid getting hit from behind, and didn't think he was going to turn down that hard on the apex. Which, don't get me wrong, he was out in front. He deserved that line as as two go wide there, exiting the corner, going up the hill towards the corkscrew. So make two overtakes quickly there. Now I'm getting in behind Jet Ski Joe. Get on the brakes really hard right there, just to not hit Mr. Joe from behind. But as I was saying, I wasn't trying to send it up the inside. I was just trying to get killed from behind more than anything else. So, it was a mistake and it was my fault. And but Dion here is out in front where he belongs. So all is well, heading in towards lap 2. As I put the old head down, I'm trying to choose who do I want to follow here, Joe or the Audi TT of Mr. Dion. Well, I choose the outside line here. Now I look to the inside. I'm not going to make a pass on either of these, I don't think, but Jet Ski really getting on the brakes there hard causes Dion to go wide in the TT. So that gives me an easy pass there in turn 1. So a little battling up front between P1 and P2 allows the old Greddy to slip on through and steal a position. And I will take it because the gentleman behind me had a very nice qualifying time. I believe it was a 127 flat, if I remember correctly, or it was 137 flat. No, 127 flat. Yeah, not 137. So I'm just looking for a way to get past Jet Ski Joe here on lap 2 in this first race. And I'm not really super warmed up for this race. So I'm making a really nice run on him coming up the hills. I'm going to try and send it down the inside. He doesn't really forced me around the outside. I was a little bit surprised that he didn't block that inside line, but I surely took it, sent it up the inside, made the pass on the corkscrew, came down, and I make it stick right here, and that is it. That is all they're going to see of the old Gredster the rest of this race is the rear bumper. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the end. And as you can see, coming down the final stretch here, got about a 1.5, 1.3 second or so lead. Across the finish line with the victory. Yes, get to add another one to the total. Enjoyed that. So let's go on to the next race. Here I start in pole position. So I'm like, hey, yeah, look at here. P1, start the race except for one problem. Why am I on the right-hand side of the course? Because they love to stick you on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, depending on which way turn 1 goes. Turn 1 goes the opposite way. They put you on the opposite side. So the way this TT starts, not able to get a good run along that outside because it does curve to the left as you start. So the inside person even gets more an advantage as I get bumped a little wide there and then get hit pretty wide again by the Brazilian. So drop back from P1 to P3 as the Brazilian got a 1 second penalty. Then coming out of that corner goes a little wide. And as I come down on the inside, I bump his right quarter panel. I get 2 seconds. Let's look at this again from YouTube Cheddar's perspective. He's trying to figure out who to follow. Now watch, as the Brazilian goes wide here, I go down the inside. Try to give him some space here. Give him some space. He comes back in and actually hits me. Goes off a little bit. I get 2 seconds. Again, when I kill someone in the quarter panel, like in the first race, no penalty. This race, I'm giving space. I mean, granted, he was still close to the outside, but let's give him space. He comes on track, bumps into me, and I get 2 seconds. So I can't figure out Gran Turismo Sports penalty system. I'm just going to keep trying to race clean And things like this, I just ignore. So like right here, I wasn't even mad. I was like, I didn't get one earlier. I got one here now. No big deal. They're 1.2 seconds behind me. Maybe if I catch P1 and he does something silly, there's still a chance with 3 laps to go. Maybe I can work my way back up into first place. So coming down the corkscrew. Again, got to put the head down. Got to have positive thoughts. Got to relax. It's so easy on this track to get tense as P1 goes off course. Comes back on course. I've got the outside, but he keeps coming across. And I get into the dirt in the braking zone. And, folks, you cannot stop with your right tires in the dirt. I go off track, light up the front tires, come back on. Let's look at it from his perspective. He goes off there. He comes back on. He just keeps drifting over to the right. And there I go. Oh, my goodness. So I was like, well. I don't think he did it on purpose. I know how it is when you go off track. You're trying to come back. I mean, you like when I came back on, I didn't really pay too much attention when I came back on either. Granted, I was ghosted, but still. Anyway, move over to the left here. Take my 2-second penalty. Drop back to P7. So from pole position all the way to P7. I'm telling you, I feel like P1 is a death warrant in this race. I don't know if I want to improve my time because actually I feel more comfortable in this race starting in P2 or P4 than P1 or 3, just because I like starting on the inside line of the track. To me, that's more important than having pole. But anyway, Murder Rob, nice drift there into the corkscrew, but I have to really get on the brakes to avoid hitting him. As we come down out of the corkscrew, looking for a place to pass, he picks up a half-second penalty for running wide there, gets off track a little bit, and looks like he lets up or touches the brakes maybe even a little, let me on by. So much appreciated there, Murder Before 8, Rob. I think that's how you say his screen name, something like that. It's kind of an odd name. Maybe something I'm missing there. So jump in here behind YouTube, Cheddar. Got a nice run on Mr. Cheddar. So I'm going to set up the inside pass, the TT with better brakes than Scirocco. So just going to leave it here to the left, let him brake first, then I brake. Stick it on the apex, keep it nice and tight. He touches me a little bit there, no big deal. And I come out in P5. So now I must set my sights on the other Scirocco in front of me. There, Mr. Samas or Samas or something like that. The American in the green Scirocco. Gonna look to try and get a good run on him out of this corner. Maybe make the pass going up the hill as he really brakes hard there. And I do get a nice little run coming out of that corner, getting up on the inside, heading into the turn before the corkscrew hill. I leave it down the inside. He leaves me a lot of room on the inside. So good clean racing there by Samas or Sam or Samas or something. Whatever it is. Make it stick down into the corkscrew, and that is all the action in that race. So cross the line with a P4. So from pole position to P4, not my best result, and an SR down. Ugh. Not good. So let's move on to this next race. As you can see, I am second in this lobby, about 3/10 behind P1. Now, like I said before, that P1 is a curse. I'm convinced it is the death warrant in this race. So I'm very relaxed now. I'm like, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm on the inside already. So traction control on one. Floor it coming out the start as the front tires dig for traction. And we did make a run already. As you can see, there I am, neck and neck into T1. So all I got to do is keep it down the inside here. And I'm paying attention to the P1. Don't notice the Magana, the Brazilian, UDI Willian, slip it down the inside. Very nice move by a P3 to go into P2 right there. So he gets into the back of P1 just a little bit heading into the next corner. So once he was finally there, I was like, oh, well, shoot. I left that door open. And really left it open. And he took advantage of that and set it down the inside with that nice cornering ability of the Magan. So they get a little slow coming through this corner. It's kind of surprised me a little bit. I was going to try and get a good run on him through there, but instead I'm going to brake early here. As you can see, I let off the gas. Just let it roll through there. Get back on as they get a little squirrely on the right there in P1. So I'm going to send it up the middle. 3 wide, heading towards the corkscrew. What is going to happen? Let's look at that again. There's Greddy. He sees the gap. He sends it between them. Going to try and take the overtake of both P1 and P2. Coming over the crest of the hill on the outside. Can't make a stick. Got to fight to get back on track. Get the left tires onto the curbing so I do not get the penalty. Then P2 Coming down the corkscrew, goes wide into the dirt. I'm able to make the pass on P2. So now I'm back into P2 myself behind the first place Brazilian who made the nice pass on me into turn 1. Now I have raced all the FF cars, and I got to tell you, I like the TT's brakes every time. So I get on him late here. He goes a little wide. I get down to the inside of him. Let's see if he'll return the favor. He does. He gives me the little bit of space that's needed. I do not force him off the track. Now he's got the inside going into turn 2. I give him the space, let him through, let him come out the other side. Not going to win that battle because even if I did, he would be on the inside for this next corner anyway. So no point in forcing that issue. Let him through. Fast forward here. Let's get back towards the turn going up the hill. Going to try and make a run on the Magan going up the hill towards the corkscrew like I did last time. He gets a little squirrely coming out of that corner. I give a little fake to the outside. Come back to the inside. Again, just keeping the tires on the curb. We brake late again. Give him room along the outside. He gives me room on the inside. Exceptional clean racing between me and the Brazilian, UDI William. I give him the old rear bumper. Heading down towards the last couple of turns before the long straight. He falls further back. He falls almost 8/10 back, but he makes up a little bit of ground. His last chance. And he swings and misses there. Brakes late, goes wide, and loses a couple positions. So don't know if it was the slipstream that got him right there or not, but a little mistake by him was very costly. And that is all they will see of Geauxgreddy's. I win with almost a 4-second lead. There we go. So end it with a win. Win number 45. So 50 more to go to get the trophy. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more videos. For Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. Clean, take us out of here.